So when you're coming to subdividing it, it's the same thing with writing. Okay, number one for writing. This isn't supposed to be a writing video, but 1, just write. 2, write it down. 3, delete blank page, because then you go on to bed. 3, blank page. You accidentally opened up a blank page and then you left and you got a cup of tea and you come back and you go, I don't know. So delete the blank page. It's primary writer's block. 4, read over, collect, Okay, so scaffolding. Scaffolding. This is easy. Also known as a beginning, a middle, and an end. That's how your exciting story goes. Another way of scaffolding is what was it? Opening hook, open hook, open hook, cliffhanger, etc., etc., etc. You know, you do any kind of writing, you will know something about it. And if you watch Star Trek, then you'll know, you've got fewer acts. So it's Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. Essentially, basically you have a basic principle. It's different when you're dealing with manga or anime. They sometimes do some very starkly different things, not all of which I agree with, but it's definitely alternative and interesting. It's then you know what's in there. You divide. So this comes down to Snowflake. Goodness knows, I can't remember why it's called Snowflake. But you split it up between this stuff, and then you analyze your props. That's supposed to be some kind of gun, but it's failed. Then you've got props. Okay, how does this work? How does that work? How does the computer work? How does this person work? What's her story? What's her backstory? How is she developing throughout the arc? So the character story. I'm going to stop caring about spelling in a minute. And for each person times each main character. Then you've got your background story, so your big picture story, so the city that you live in. What's this story here? Is it one of these? Or is it one of these? what's the story here, what's the political. So it's splitting it up into all these different little sections. That's the snowflake here, so you pull it apart in all different ways. So you've got props, then you've got, one line for each scene, for example, then you've got a paragraph for each scene, and then eventually you have a scene. All of this, that. This is logical. And this is your creative. So there's some interaction between these guys, but this one here goes from 0 to 100 in the space of very quickly. This one goes 0 to 100 in long time. So it takes long time. Speedy. This is a mental progression. This here, especially writing in itself, if you've got a huge story just waiting to pop out from your head, getting that down is like huge. You gotta make sure you eat, make sure you sleep. This here, come back to it. It's amazing. This stuff here. It's the same with dating. Logical brain is like there. Emotional brain. I need to go up here, and then I need to go down here, and then I need to go up here, and then I need to go down there, and then eventually I'll go here. Because yeah, wow, this dating things are terrible. Yeah, the emotional one goes so fast, going nowhere fast. Logical is like going, it's this. He's a jerk. Get out. It's the same all the time. It's the same all the time. So how do you deal with this emotional brain? Because your logical brain goes, I'm going to start a business. So you thought I wasn't going to get that in, wasn't it? Been waffling on about writing for a while now. And then your emotional brain is, I don't know, I can't. I don't know. And all the nasty self-talk. And logically, you're just like, I'm just gonna go do it. Is it? I got confidence in sunshine. But anyway, that's probably not in that book. I don't know. Only because I feel like a confident person. I'm independent. Generally self-reliant. If all this fails, I know worst. So this is going back to the don't panic. Worst case scenario. Now, I have some flashcards somewhere and I was just flicking through them, just tidying up, and one of the things is, what do you do then? This is a good way of diffusing your panic. Well, my car got stuck. This is where my car was. And there's no snow on these mountains, but it's a massive mountain. And then here's my home over here. And there's my home over here. And my car, the rubber band broke. And so that was dead. And I was here. And I had a little phone, and the signal dropped out. 3 times in a row. But I had RACQ. It's motoring insurance. Motoring road side assist. Problem? So that is a worst case scenario. Your business doesn't work. You've got Centrelink. You get a job. But let's be honest, this ain't gonna happen. And if I can just get into it, looking after myself, of course. If I can get into it, I'm not getting that. And I don't need that. That's my plan, is I don't need you. I certainly don't need you. That's my plan. What's my objective? What's my objective? Plans, objectives. So long as you look at it from a pie, it's all sort of the same thing. Just shorted. Said it very shortly, in a way that nobody will understand it. But yeah. So, don't want that. And hopefully not that. This is going to take a lot of effort. It's a bit warm in here.